This is Carl with the three things I'm watching for Wednesday, January the 21st. I want to start talking about the drop in the U.S. dollar we've seen here, especially yesterday. The U.S. dollar collapsed, falling hard, stabilizing a little bit here overnight. But bottom line is, U.S. dollar under some significant pressure. That does tend to have an impact on the commodities. One of the big ones that we always talk about is the dollar falling, along with the weakness we had in the commodities off and on yesterday should have attracted some import buyers. If we have any importers who want to extend some coverage, yesterday would have been a perfect time for it. Digging a little deeper into it, though, we got to see what that weak dollar does to global trade, mainly out of South America. Typically, a weaker U.S. dollar tends to halt South American sales. And really, Brazil hasn't been offering a lot of corn or soybeans here. They're just getting their harvest underway. We've seen a little bit of corn leak out of the country, but um, bottom line is that weak dollar halts a lot of the selling. Farmers get paid in U.S. dollars in South America, so they're not real willing to extend any coverage sales at this time. So let's keep an eye on that and see if we do, even with steady commodity values, maybe we can work our way into the export market a little heavier. Something to keep an eye on there. And that leads me into my second thing. As long as we're talking exports, we got to look at China. China has bought 12 million metric tons. Treasury Secretary Bessent says he talked to his Chinese counterpart in Davos, and they told him they had met their 12 million metric ton obligation. They would now focus on the 25 million metric tons for next year. Not sure if that what that means. If that means China is done, if they still have more soybeans to buy, or if 12 million metric tons, we put a fork in it and say we're done. I feel China's going to keep buying. We got some issues. South American harvest a little bit slow. Currency valuation, like I said, and the quality of U.S. soybeans is a little bit higher, and we know that we have to fill storage in China. So I don't think that the export program is done. It very well could slow, but typically our export program does slow once the Brazilian harvest gets underway. So that's not too uncommon. Let's see if we can get some other buyers to show up here too with that weakness in the dollar. Wouldn't be too surprising. The third thing I want to talk about here, the South American harvest. We're getting some mixed numbers out of Brazil on the pace. Mato Grosso, getting quite a bit of harvest done there, saying that, the crop could be up to 7% harvested, almost twice what it was last year. This coming from some scouts and some sources down there. The question that this brings up is, are yields as good as they're saying, or has the weather been that beneficial to harvest? Also hearing, though, not just Mato Grosso, but Paraná, not seeing the rapid soybean harvest there at all. So they're a little bit behind while Mato Grosso is ahead. Corn likely going to start paying a little more attention to this to see if we do see soybean harvest delays continue, what it means for the safrinha planting. So we got a lot going on in South America here we'll have to keep an eye on. Could affect both corn and soybeans moving forward. Those are the three things I'm watching today.